Welcome back to Too Human. Wait, where the fuck is my save file?
The World Tree welcomes
Oh,
you.
fuck the World Tree. What does it mean, start campaign? Where's my character? Are you going to start working or what?
Disposal, young bull. The fans see the future.
Okay, it's working now. It's unfucked itself somehow. You were this close to this Let's Play being over, and you will have to see the rest of it, unfortunately. Alright, where were we? Ah yes, generic combat. I'll have to kill these three guys again.
Got a present for you. One heap of scrap coming up. We have our target.
Wish I was home with my wife. Wish I was home with your wife too.
The next trooper who talks will be shot.
Somebody should shoot him.
What was that, Wolf?
Nothing, Wolf Leader, sir.
People keep asking why we have these wolves running around with us. I fear it's just for the banter. Boring, generic, unimaginative action movie banter. I've got a level. You know what that means. It's time to unlock the last useful skills of the class tree. And after that I'll be able to put points into human skills. So first of all we unlock this Spirit of Fenrir skill, which gives us a sentient weapon. You'll see what it is in a few seconds. But before we go, I'm also going to put a point into Hunger of the Bear, which makes our ruiners better, and I'm all for it.
Did you see that? I killed a dozen myself.
I've got a wolf icon on my HUD to indicate that the Spirit of Fenrir is ready. Here it is. Swords fly around, kill people. And that was my upgraded ruiner. As you saw, it summons a jelly bear. Also, I keep thinking you need to be at level 3 combo to get the bear, but no. Level 2 is enough. But I will die because of that. So anyway, the icon I've got showing that the Spirit of Fenrir is ready is no longer there. I can't use it anymore.
That wasn't so bad.
So, how do I get it back?
Off your butt, trooper. Fire your weapon, Wolf. No, too late for us. They're everywhere. They don't feel pain or fear. I ordered you to fire. They're gonna kill us. We're all going to Helheim. Straight to Helheim. There are no cowards in my wolf pack. Leave him. Odin curses him.
Well, that was funny.
Come to Papa.
Somehow that entire dramatic scene didn't make it into an actual, you know, cutscene. I wonder why.
That was nothing.
So, the Spirit of Fenrir problem. Actually, is Fenrir supposed to be a sword? Isn't it like a monster or something? Anyway, how do I get it back? That's a puzzle for you to think about. What brings it back?
Hold their hands and tell them it's gonna be alright. Most of us ain't gonna make it out of this. So if I have to kick their asses all over this damn cave, I will. Get even a couple of them first. It's only a matter of time. Either way, you'll have to take charge, Michael.
I ain't moving material means.
Men die. No point fighting it. You're gonna die one day, I'm gonna die one day. Only thing that doesn't die is the name. Just try to bring as many of them out as you can.
The fuck is up with these minute-long radio drama scenes? And I can't even hear them half the time because I'm supposed to be looking at the soldiers.
This one's mine. Secure the bridge. Watch yourself. Most likely some snipers out there. Hell, snipers again. This gets worse and worse. I agree with you, little wolf. To be killed by a sniper is not a worthy death. No death is a worthy one, dummy.
Huh, okay, I guess that explains why in the previous video the guy that was shot by a sniper actually remained lying on the ground and was not taken up by a Valkyrie. Valkyries are fickle.
It hurts. Affirmative hit.
Ah, this is the spot where I was trying to get the level 3 Ruiner instead of using the level 2 one, which would have worked just as well. Alright, let's jog back, all the way. Why was that CD bar in the beginning of the game called Valkyries? Aren't they supposed to be, like, respected?
Taking damage!
Now stay still, you're not a boss. Wow, it wasn't taking any damage from that at all. So, the Spirit of Fenrir. There are so many variables in this game. There is the number of times I die, there is the hit counter, there is the combo meter which keeps going up and down, there is leveling up, there is going back to home base, the number of enemies I kill, the items I pick up, money. How do I get my remote-controlled dual sword back? Although, I believe its weapon type matches the one you have equipped.
In my sights.
You're still here? I need to fix that.
The enemy is too strong!
Oh yeah, the enemy just has that indestructible man who keeps coming back after dying, time and time again. Oh wait.
Engage those targets, wolves!
Oh, this one's called the Long Arm. It's definitely living up to its name.
I made it!
No, you haven't. We still have a way to go.
There it is again! What now? Dunno, but it was no elf, nor troll. There's something else here. Looked human. Easier?
Here comes a long combat stretch. Yeah, this entire hallway. One thing that's absolutely infuriating at times about this game's combat system, it's Boulder's refusal to sometimes slide towards an enemy who is just outside the range of his sword. So he ends up standing in place, swinging at the air like an idiot.
A team of rookies could have handled that! Over there. I got this match.
I keep getting this feeling that some aspects of the game were not redesigned when it stopped being a PlayStation 1 project. This was supposed to come out on the PlayStation 1 originally. It was announced shortly after Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. And the funny thing is, if this were a PlayStation 1 game with a top-down camera, then moving with the left stick and picking an attack direction with the right one would actually make it a decent twin-stick shooter. I mean, provided you'd attack with the shoulder buttons. I can see this working in Legacy of Kain style graphics.
Nothing like a little action.
But it had to be done in 3D, it had to be huge, it had to be epic, it had to be cinematic, and so we got this shit. The other shit we got are obviously the character classes.
Let's go! There's a lot of them!
No, there's only 5 of them, and only one of them can heal. There's also 1 range support, 1 tank, and 2 attackers. As people have pointed out in the thread, originally 2 Human was developed and announced as having 4-player co-op. But they could only ship it with 2, with a 4-player mode coming maybe later, maybe in a patch. The obvious side effect is that you can no longer have a fully rounded party. You will always be someone short. Mind, I don't believe the game would have worked even with a 4-player party. Even if you've got a bioengineer, the guy's not necessarily going to have the healing ability. It's just one of the branches of the skill tree. And he'd need a full charge of the combo meter to use it. And you can only gain combo meter by killing enemies. So the party would have to feed some weak enemies to their healer, just for the sake of having some recovery at a later time. What the fuck is wrong with the camera? I didn't touch any camera controls, I just did this. Okay, that's sorted out. Another class which would get completely shafted in the 4-player party is the Commando, I think, the range support. In theory, they could take out enemy missile attackers, burn armor of trolls, weaken shields, all kinds of useful things. But...
You make Odin proud, wolves!
But... 2 Human's targeting system only allows you to target the nearest enemy in the direction you're facing, so no firing over groups of melee attackers.
Let's get him!
The entire class system in this game needs to be completely destroyed and remade from scratch, because really no character type is adequate or self-sufficient.
I was born to kill those things!
It is time to start putting points into the Human skill tree. Let's see where that gets us. We're off to a great start. This is where I realized that the Jelly Bear can be summoned at level 2. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do this in this playthrough, but it is possible to make Boulder suffering from a status effect walk into a cutscene, and he will keep grunting throughout. Say, do you remember the games on the Snowblind engine, aka the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance engine? They were also trying to be Diablo-like games with procedural loot and I think even procedural dungeons. But they didn't suck like this one. And they had different character classes, and they supported co-op play, I seem to remember. But if you were playing solo, it still did not feel like your character was missing some important features or abilities. Maybe because you could carry buckets of health potions.
Too bad. I still got plenty.
Someone give us some damn orders!
Let's go! Multiple targets.
We need to shut this force shield down if we're to get through. located beneath us. At least that's where the biggest power source nearby is.
Alright, so we're now destroying these MacGuffins arranged around the level in a linear fashion. So about the Snowblind Engine games... Oh, they also had this lovely ability where you could attack enemies by just pressing a button. Incredible, right? Not performing some kind of stick through with the controls, just press a button, kill things. And they were pretty fun too. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance was okay. Dark Alliance 2 was much better. Then there was also, what was it, Champions of Norat, which allowed you to pick a side. And there was Champions Return to Arms, into which you could even import a character you've beaten the original champions with. Now that was nice. Then there was also The Bard's Tale, which was all about really stupid jokes, but still better written than Too Human. And what else was there? Am I forgetting about something?
That's worth a bonus.
Please note, I still do not have access to the Spirit of Fenrir. It's coming. I will be able to use it today, just not at the moment.
That was nothing! There's one. Permission to fire, sir. Finally, some real action.
Say hello to our new enemy type, the Elite Melee Goblin. It's just like the regular Goblin, only it's got a name. And they're all named Elite Melee Goblin. It's kind of like the situation with the children of the Roman Emperor Constantine, who started off with a couple of reasonably named children, like Helena and Crispus, but then he had sons named Constans, Constantine II, Constantius II, and of course, daughter Constantina. Ah, fuck it, let's call it Jelly Bear.
Not even breaking a sweat.
Only some more to go.
Engage those hostiles! That one? Looks like we're in for some overtime!
Oh, do they pay overtime?
No matter how you slice it, he killed Welby. He shouldn't have shot the pup. One of us could have been next.
We're ready to move, Lord Balder.
I'm still forgetting about something. One Snowblind Engine game I should have mentioned. Ah yes, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. Now that was a shit show. Is Too Human better or worse than Brotherhood of Steel? That's a tough call, you know. They both look like shit and are unpleasant to interact with. Both have enemies that take ages to kill. Oh, by the way, you can target projectiles. I don't know why, you can. If you thought there weren't enough things to throw off your aim, no, there's always more. In Brotherhood of Steel, if you took damage, you could heal yourself. The camera there was also shit, but it was almost top down, so it hardly ever mattered. Oh, for fuck's sake, we're not done here yet? Oh, I remember, in Brotherhood of Steel, you had to carry ammo for all of your guns. Here, that's not a problem. The guns still suck horribly, but at least I don't have to carry magazines, some kind of crates of plasma, and photons. You know, spare photons for the laser rifle.
I needed that.
Boulder seems unusually vulnerable to poison. He can't shake it off no matter how hard he tries. Maybe he's enjoying it. If I don't get a health drop in the next few seconds, Boulder is going to die.
Light him up! Incoming!
Is that guy stuck?
He's full hollow by now. Acquiring target.
I think it's time for Boulder to rummage around his big interdimensional pockets and pick himself a new weapon. Something that actually hurts enemies. Let's see how this works out. Yep, he's still stuck. Right, using the spider was a clever move, but doing it next to the guy who explodes into a cloud of poison was pretty stupid. This guy wasn't fighting that thing, he was petting it.
I'm no soldier!
I guess that means one more.
Odin, grant us glory!
Enemy laser guys are the worst. They are rare, but they go through your health really quickly. Fine, let's have a lie down. Now look under the ammo readout on the HUD. Do you see the wolf icon? It's appeared there, just now. Meaning we've got the spirit of Fenrir back. So, do you know what brought it back? Do you have a theory? Before I tell you the answer, let's look at the skill in action again. There's a copy of my weapon, flying around, attacking, and every time it kills someone, it recharges at least a full bar of the combo meter.
I was hoping for more.
What? I'm getting viewer comments again. Now, this is actually pretty useful, especially if you upgrade it so that it lasts more than a few seconds.
One heap of scrap coming up. I see him. We'd better get started.
Wow, that's a crowd. So, how do I get this skill back? How does it recharge? Are you ready? It operates with a 20-minute cooldown. Yes, a 20-minute cooldown. If you guessed it, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Barely broke a sweat.
Apparently, some MMOs have skills with cooldowns of like 30 minutes and above. Maybe hours even. But those are usually emergency skills you're supposed to use like once per play session, once per day, so that you don't abuse them, because they're really powerful. The Spirit of Fenrir may kill half a dozen enemies on a good day, and then you have to wait for another 20 minutes. It's also worth noting that if Fenrir happens to lock onto a particularly thick-skinned enemy, it might not kill anyone, and you won't get any kills, and you won't get any combo meter refill. It will just do nothing, and you will still be in for another 20-minute cooldown. Simply fucking brilliant game design, isn't it? Anyway, I've got a skill to increase Boulder's melee attack speed by, you wouldn't believe it, 4%. Yes, we're going to notice that. Can you see the newly unlocked power of Boulder? No? It's just like the old power? He does seem a little faster, but I'm not sure whether this is the skill working or the game's frame rate stabilizing.
Not so tough now, are ya?
All I'm doing at this point is slowly moving the right stick in a circle so that Boulder keeps sliding into new guys.
Soldier. Could be a real hard ass, but
You're bleeding.
nah, it's just a scratch.
Hold still a second so I can get a dressing on that.
Ketchup? Mustard? Mayonnaise? Oh, I know. Thousand Island. I totally did not make that jump. Shit, why are there so many explosive guys here?
Let's get our hands dirty. Gotcha. Don't worry, my lord.
Now watch the last two exploding guys carefully. Ragdoll through the wall by his own explosion. There's still more of them. And Boulder still refuses to aim properly.
I'm lined up. Most of the squad's dead, sir.
Good. They've been mostly useless anyway. Oh, and I've accidentally ended up enabling the mode which shows you how much damage you're dealing and taking with numbers. I've got a cyberspace adventure waiting for us. Bugger. And the first number on the damage counter is 420.
Leave some for me.
I'm not sure why this interface mode even exists, and what the different numbers, different colors of the numbers represent. Does anyone know?
I love a good fight.
Ah, crap, I don't want to fight this guy. I'd rather someone else made him explode. Somehow that green elf survived more damage than the sniper spider thing. And now a guy here gets shot.
Target sighted, sir.
A stock sound effect, and he disappears.
It never stood a chance, Lord Soldier.
Oh, have you noticed that sometimes the enemies around the spider get this purple shield on them? That's something the snipers do, and it protects those guys from, I believe, range damage. It's annoying. Or maybe even all damage. That's another reason to take out the snipers first, if you need it anymore. I'm starting to like these death animations. Every time one is playing, I am not playing too human. This guy's named Throat Stab. Beautiful. But apparently there was a groin ripper in an earlier video. Wow, these lasers are so powerful they make things hover in the air. Come on, Boulder, slide.
Some of that.
Keep your heads down, Wolves, and move quickly.
Fucking finally, cyberspace awaits.
This isn't gonna be easy, is it?
Was this door alarmed? What was that terrible sound? Doesn't work. Boulder can lift now. I don't know what happened there, but what I do know is that the sound engineering in Too Human shows neither effort nor talent. Actually, it probably shows negative talent. Really, looping a sound effect of something breaking, how stupid were those guys? You may be thinking that's a boss door. It isn't. That's not even a door. Surprise, it's a swarm of those guys again.
Those things are real? Bring them on! Say goodnight.
The level 1 Ruiner is becoming increasingly useless. Unfortunately, it's going to be the case for the rest of the game. The wolves did nothing, it was my spider. Oh wow, this drops me way back.
Feel free to engage, soldiers.
What the fuck kind of order is that? Feel free to engage, soldiers. What if they don't want to? Yeah, Boulder suffers a little from the Lara Croft aiming problem. You know, when your character keeps targeting the dead enemy. Yeah, in the classic Tomb Raider games, Lara would probably keep shooting the same dead monkey for hours if you didn't let go of the button.
Got me a target.
I think I need a new gun. This one's still doing single-digit damage. Let's see what I've got. I'd like to keep it a laser, in case I meet a troll and need to burn the armor off. Although maybe I should check out the pistols too. Maybe I've got some pair of laser pistols of breaking the game or something like that. Stately light guns of Verdandi. The what? I don't care what they're called. They've got a bigger damage number. That's important.
By Odin, I love this!
Oh, come on, the gun's only marginally better. Okay, it's dealing the same damage as that laser rifle, but this time I'm firing off 2 barrels, so... I suppose it's double the fun. Oh, I suppose I'm lucky that thing opened. Otherwise it would not have been pretty, no. Ah yes, Elite Dark Elf Regular. So is this guy regular or is it elite? It's definitely got more health than your regular Dark Elves, which had way too much health already. I'm not sure why this thing is in the game, but then again the same can be said about most of it. I'm starting to miss the moments from the last video when the music went completely silent. Today has been all about someone drunkenly tap dancing on drums. You know guys, you could have gone on ahead, scouted things, opened some crates.
There! Ask, and Odin gives well.
Really? Some of you asked Odin for this? More featureless walkways?
I killed him!
Watch these lasers in action.
If we die for Odin.
And what if we don't die?
Hey, that could be my first kill! Permission to engage, sir?
Oh, not this crowd of fuckers again. But you know what? You've arrived, let's celebrate. This is the last fight for the video, so... I guess it's good. You know, it's almost over. Okay, I need to drop the jelly bear onto the juiciest target.
No.
Well, that was nice. Didn't kill my intended target, but hey, I got a level and a full heal. So I'll be able to continue fighting instead of catching up with the rest of the squad. I think you're the last one, the mist-wreathed barb of the snow. Congratulations, we're mostly done.
Today we have all earned our places in Valhalla!
You know what? Fuck that chest. Ooh, yes, I remember this place. This is where the boss fight-ish sequence begins. And it takes forever, and after that we'll have lots of cutscenes, and after that we'll go back to base and have lots of cutscenes there and set out on our next adventure. You know, I think it's best to save it all for the next time. The one thing I'll do today before the end is just take stock of the weapons. Maybe I've got something that's better than what I'm using at the moment. Because anything is good for the bosses in this game. They have way too much health, and they're just not fun, more so than many other things in the game. Alright, so we've got a Einhender of Slaying, which seems to be misspelled. But I trust the boss next time, and Aesir and the demigod is not going to be reading the label on the sword too closely.